My name is Sithara Peris. I'm a pilot and as well as an engineer. I currently operate a family workshop in Panadura, which is an all-in-one stop shop for European and Japanese vehicles. I started off in 2008 from go-karts at the Speedrome Batharamulla, and then I was given the opportunity to drive Formula 1300s for about a period of 3 years, and then my dad built me a car for a stock car, and ever since I've been driving that. So there's a association by the name of SLAS, the Sri Lanka Association of Motorsports. They are the sole authority who is responsible of issuing a racing license. There's a medical that you need to sit for, and as well as a written test, and you'll be given a novice license initially, which you will have to use for the next 3 years and before you upgrade. So almost 60% of the racing drivers in Sri Lanka are self-sponsored or self-funded. The rest of the 40% I would say are sponsored by teams like SEAT or Excite or Helibis, and it's mostly an annual sponsorship. So I would say you can't earn a living out of motor racing in Sri Lanka because it's not at the international stage yet. But in the future, I'm sure it'll come to that stage where you can, start earning something out of it. At the moment, sponsors do a lot in terms of, sponsoring for cars, their repairs and things like that. The biggest challenge as of last year that the drivers are facing is the cost of material and the unavailability of material. Things like tires, engine oil, the cost of engine oil, and things like that. So the repair cost of so for a person who's a startup for racing would have the biggest cost that he would face is the building aspect of the car, right? So because safety is very important, and to build a car safely is very expensive. And then from building the engine, from tuning the engine, buying tires, they all add up. So championships, as far as I'm concerned, each event category has a championship trophy towards the end of the year. So the driver with the highest amount of points will become the champion. So for instance, SLGT has a championship towards the end of the year. SLH would have a championship towards the end of the year, and so on. So there are gravel races as well as tarmac races. So to compete in all tarmac events, you would need about 3 sets of tires, and to compete for gravel races, you would need another 3 sets of tires. So altogether, we are looking at about 6 sets of tires for a year. So suppose there are 10 races for that particular year that you plan on participating, you would need at least about 6 dyno sessions to tune your engine, because the engine has to be at its optimum condition. The cost of a dyno session would vary from about 50,000 to about 100,000. The biggest quality a race car driver should have is patience and also discipline. Those two will win races. There is no particular training organization in Sri Lanka as yet, but as I mentioned earlier, you can self-learn. If you get yourself to a go-kart track and start learning by yourself, you'll be able to learn a lot more by yourself. So my current racing category would be SLA modified cars up to 1050cc, and ultimately I would like to compete with the SLGT cars. I would like to build an SLGT car and compete with them. That's my ultimate plan in terms of racing. Be patient behind the wheel, don't race on the road. Get yourself to a track and start driving safely and as fast as you could. That's about it.